It's time for our triple play here with 30 minutes to go until the closing bell. Three stocks that we are watching. My play, American Airlines. Let's take a look at this because certainly a tough day for the airliner. The stock off just around 7.5%. This comes after the company updated its guidance. Now, American expects capacity will be toward the low end of its prior guidance. And a big reason for that is the staffing issues. Now, they simply don't have enough pilots. The shortage has left all airlines scrambling for solutions. American expects available seat miles to drop 7 to 8% from 2019 levels. Its previous forecast was a 6 to 8% decline in profits. We talk about, obviously, they are not the only ones that are struggling with the pilot staffing issues. United coming out earlier this week with a plan of hopefully addressing the shortage, but certainly a concern here for so many of those companies.
Yeah, and it's funny, you go to an airport now, it's completely slammed with travelers trying to board their flights. You're hearing about flight cancellations because of these lack of pilots. I think American's doing a bus service from Allentown to Philadelphia to kind of alleviate some of that traffic in that area. So it's really kind of a wild time in the airline industry. Sticking with airlines and Boeing, today CEO Dave Calhoun said the company was not going to actually work on a new narrow-body jet for the next at least 2 years, talking about how the development of the engine program costs too much money. It's not worth the trouble at this point. Meanwhile, a lot of their clients are clamoring for new airplanes because they want to get more people on those planes. So right now they're saying they want to kind of focus on getting the Dreamliner out there, get that production back up, and also working on that backlog of 737 Maxes that are sitting in these warehouses, and they can't deliver enough of them. And Dow Jones just posted that they're having an issue. They have to pause production. They have so many 737 Maxes sitting around in the airfield.
They've had too many 737 Maxes around for years. It's amazing the hangover from that problem that they. I'm glad they were able to address it, but it looks like there's still evidence coming out that the regulatory authorities were in not the best of sights with some of the upper management there. So I think that investigation is going to be really interesting to see that ongoing here. Want to change gears here and talk about Starbucks because they are reopening their Shanghai stores. This is the third day. They're not fully letting people inside the stores just yet. It's mainly digital, but I think they've almost opened 600 out of 940, something like that. I do have a quote, I think, from one of the representatives there. They said they're reopening its Shanghai stores after a wave of COVID-19 infections and government lockdowns hurt their business in this key Chinese market. Now, I've already gone here, and I can't read that, but if you could just scroll down there, thank you so much. All right, we have a spokeswoman. She said this by email. Starbucks is moving quickly to restart business in this country as of just the third day of Shanghai's official reopening. Most stores are offering mobile ordering only, but the company said it's working to begin in-store dining soon. We will continue to reopen the rest of our store portfolio, with most of our stores providing mobile ordering only. We are also working with the local authorities to gradually resume indoor dining as soon as possible. Shauna.
Yeah, I mean, we know that China is so critical for Starbucks. In their most recent earnings report, they were saying that the same-store sales in China was down 23% while they were closed down because of COVID. So certainly a step in the right direction. 600 of their over 900 stores in the region reopening. Hopefully, they'll be able to stay open because that's the big question mark going forward.
Yeah, and a lot of questions about how closed down really is China. How bad is it out there? And for instance, the Tesla and auto plants, their workers staying there, I think, through June. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. At least that's good news for the Starbucks roasteries.
Yeah, it is. And the whole reopening thing, that's great. But you got to wonder how much demand will be pulled forward because this is their second major lockdown. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Yeah.